Tyronn Lue. He's a Doc Rivers disciple, right?
Yeah.
And
Lue
Doc
came from
Rivers
that
is
tree.
not known for moving the basketball with his offense. He's just a pick and roll guy, and that's all Doc Rivers does, and that's all what Cleveland does. You got to move the ball. If you move the ball, anybody can be a playmaker.
Now, as we transition from one leadership cluster F to probably the biggest cluster F I've ever seen in my life out of Chicago.
Let you take that one.
Yeah, let me clear my throat on
There you
this.
go.
Now, as LeBron, he had to get that type of attitude from somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, that somewhere, ladies and gentlemen, is Miami. Learning from the master of bitch-assness himself, Dwayne Wade. Now, after putting up 41 points in the fourth quarter, giving up 41 points in the fourth quarter to the Atlanta Hawks, D-Wade and Jimmy Butler decided to blast their teammates to the media, similar to LeBron. Now, they did combine for I think it was 73 of the 114 points, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
They decided to pretty much air out the locker room and let the media know how they felt. If you guys are not familiar with this is D-Wade and Jimmy Butler.
If you're not pissed off that you lost, man, something's wrong. This is your job. This is what you're supposed to love to do. And I don't think that everybody looks at it that way. Man, I want to play with guys that care, man, that play hard, that want to do well for this organization. It got to mean that much to you to want to win, and it doesn't. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know how you fix it. It just doesn't mean enough for guys around here to want to win ball games. And, it pisses me off, but I can't be frustrated and I can't care too much for these guys. They got to care for themselves.
Zing. Jesus. Well, while the music is stopped, I'm going to read this off to you. Well, Rondo, the disgruntled point guard in Chicago, was obviously upset with those comments out of D-Wade and Jimmy Butler, and he took to the gram to share his thoughts about the Chicago Bulls. And if you guys are not familiar, this is what he said. I'm going to read it off as story time with Enough with the BS podcast. Quote unquote from Rajon Rondo. My vets would never go to the media. They would come to the team. My vets didn't pick and choose when they wanted to bring it. Dwayne Wade. They bought it every time they stepped in the gym, whether it was practice or a game. Dwayne Wade. They didn't take days off. D-Wade. My vets didn't care about their numbers. Jimmy Butler. My vets played for the team. When we lost, they wouldn't blame us. They took responsibility and got in the gym. They showed the young guys what it meant to work. Even in Boston, when we had the best record in the league, if we lost the game, you could hear a pin drop on the bus. They showed us seriousness of the game. My vets didn't have the influence on the coaching staff, Jimmy Butler. They couldn't change the plan because it didn't work for them, Jimmy Butler. I played under one of the greatest coaches that held everyone accountable, Hoiberg. It takes 1 to 15 to win. When you isolate everyone, you can't win consistently. I may be a lot of things, but I am not a bad teammate. Pause. Didn't he get kicked off the Mavericks for being a bad teammate?
I mean, Carlisle's a little rough. I'll let him get a pass on that. But he was great.
We'll get back to it.
He was great in Sacramento, and he stuck up for his teammates right now. I never thought Rondo and...
He did, but we'll get around to it. So my goal is to pass what I learned along. The young guys work. They show up. They don't deserve blame. If anything is questionable, it's the leadership. That was from Rajon Rondo. What do you think about this situation so far?
This whole, it starts with your leadership. And Fred Hoiberg was the wrong coach from the get-go.
Absolutely.
That never worked. I like Fred, too. And he's like a good guy.
I hate him.
He seems like a good guy, a nice guy.
That's the problem.
But sometimes, you gotta let him go. It was just a mistake on the front office end there. And what is it? Foreman?
Foreman.
He needs to be fired for that.
Should have been.
Like, you can't fire Thibodeau, a guy that consistently got you into the playoffs.
Preach.
And go with Hoiberg for the last. You didn't make it last year, and you're probably not gonna make it this year. And just where is your roster going? You said you wanted to get up tempo with the offense, and you signed 77-year-old D Wade. You're benching Bobby Portis. You don't let the young guys play. Valentine, he's like a triple-double machine when he was at Michigan State.
Don't even play him.
Miricic, his minutes are going down by the minute. He don't play no defense, but Thibs found a way to cover for him, and obviously Hoiberg can't do that. I don't think they should have said it publicly like that. Like, you can't throw your teammates under the bus. Like Kobe Bryant, I'm just using them as an example. He did a lot of, crap starting, but he kind of kept it in house. And some players,
yeah, he cussed him out doing practice.
Yeah, exactly. And like with Pau Gasol, Kobe made a point not to call Pau out like publicly because he know Pau can't handle that. Like, you got to know each one of your teammates. Some teammates can handle being called out publicly and cussed out and all that, and some can't. Kobe never really cussed Pau out like that. He pulled him over to the side, whisper in his ear, stuff like that. Like, you just can't treat your teammates like they're crap and just call them all out. And Rondo, I was surprised that he was the one that stuck up for his teammates.
Rajon Rondo, when he first signed with the Bulls, was right during the summer league. And he was the only one, not Jimmy, not D-Wade, not anyone else, that was actually there during the summer league practicing with the young guys. So he has a special relationship with those young guys. And he's been there every single day. Wow. When he was benched for no
he didn't start
freaking reason.
He didn't kick up dust.
He will still be at the game teaching the young guys while he's on the bench. Now, there's three main issues of why the Chicago Bulls are in a freaking situation that it is. But before I get into that, I just want to... Everybody was wrong. Jimmy, D-Wade, and Rondo. Because all three of them went to the media. Even though Rondo, I think, was trying to prove a point, just to justify his young guns. But you can't complain about someone talking about their teammates to the media, and then you turn right around and talk about your teammates to the media.
I think he was sticking up for him.
Well, stick up in the locker room.
That's right, but he probably would have got out anyway. And
he's on his way out.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was the extra push to get out the door.
Like, that news would have got out. It would have been like, D-Wade and Rondo got into a yelling match against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And
apparently they had this big meeting right after it, and everyone just cleared the air, said it was a lot of yelling, and some of the young guys was going up to D-Wade and just saying, they want to see him more in practice. Apparently, D-Wade doesn't practice.
I'm 35 years old.
I take the time off, and if you don't believe me, this is actually what Taj Gibson had to say after the meeting.
He practice today?
Yeah, he practiced.
Sometimes he sits out, right?
Yeah, but that's one of the things in the meeting. Young guys just want a little bit more from him, and he brought it today. And he pushed the young guys, and that's a sign that meeting did a little something. You know what I'm saying? It's all about positive. We're not trying to have any negative aspects or anything like that. We got everybody against us right now. We just the only people that's going to help us out of this is ourselves, and we understand that. And Pac said it in the meeting yesterday too.
Embiid is not playing.
Yeah.
My gripe with all of this, the players are in wrong, but any Chicago Bulls fan know the biggest issue with the Chicago Bulls right now is management.
Yeah.
But there's three main issues with the Bulls. It's management, Hoiberg, and leadership.
Yeah.
Let me break down with management first. Now, I give them a pass and some props from drafting Derrick Rose, Ty Snow, and Jimmy. They kind of go with those, especially Derrick Rose. We could have wound up with Michael Beasley. where they decided to go with Rose. But you also drafted Marcus Teague and Tony Snell in the first round. Didn't re-sign Nate Robinson or DJ Augustine when you know Derrick Rose knees is like 140 years old. Mm-hmm. You failed to land Kobe Bryant because you didn't want to trade Ding and Ben Gordon. It's stuff like that. You traded 2 first-round picks to trade up to get Doug McDermott. Doing when you was going through a championship run and you needed to build more talent to the bench, you added Doug McDermott to a Tom Thibodeau team. I know we need shooting. This is Tom Thibodeau. And you let go of Thibs. Probably the greatest thing Chicago had going in years. Mm-hmm. You failed to land LeBron during free agency. You even failed to land Melo. How the hell did you fail on that? Just give the man money and you would have had him. Yeah. But you failed. Miserably. And then this year, you sold the Chicago Bulls fans this hope and dream that you're about to restart the roster. Let's get rid of Rose. Let's trade Noah. We're about to go young and athletic so they can fit that soft-ass head coach we got. But what did you do? You signed 83-year-old Rajon Rondo. And then you signed 95-year-old Dwayne Wade, who is playing 25 at times.
When he's feeling like it.
When he feels like it.
Yeah.
But you went old.
Yeah.
Then you signed that damn dinosaur and Brooke Lopez. Well, you traded for him, which is your starting center.
Yeah.
So, which leads me to the next thing. That damn head coach we got.
He's a good guy.
He's a bum. He's
so
a
nice.
Freaking bum.
He looks so nice.
I wouldn't let him coach my daughter's gym team. This garbage. Has no freaking clue what he do. We don't play Denzel Valentine, the first round pick. Bobby Portis never sniffs the court. But we out there with Felicio. Who the hell is Felicio? Exactly. All kind of playing time. I like Paul Zipser, but he's a second round pick. Why does he get more playing time than McDermott and Mirotic?
I don't know.
Jerrion Grant is starting over Michael Carter Williams.
Yeah, he's trash though. Like,
I don't understand. And you,
Michael Carter
despite
Williams
all the leadership issues in the locker room and that stupid situation of them speaking out about the team.
Yeah.
What are you turning around and do? You bench Dwayne Wade and Jimmy Butler.
They deserve that.
Why are you in the 8th spot and we're trying to make the playoffs?
They deserved it though.
Trying to make the playoffs.
2 guys can't be more than the team.
You find them and you keep it moving.
Nah, you let the team decide, and that's what they did. The team decided they needed to be.
No, that was a
sacked.
coach's decision.
You sure?
Fred Hardenberg said that was his decision.
Well, he looks like a good man.
He looks like an idiot.
He looks like a good
Jimmy
man.
Butler came
to the
out
other
flat
13.
and we lost.
Hey, he looks like a good coach to the other 13 guys on the roster.
I don't really care about that.
And
I
even
care
if
about
you do
W's.
make the playoffs, like you said,
we're gonna get swept.
Exactly. So, like, it don't really matter. So, like, just they deserve that. Not start.
Nobody listens to Fred Hardenberg.
Yeah.
On the whole entire team.
Yeah.
Watch the video clip from the other night. He was trying to call a timeout. Jimmy Butler looked at him and said, "F you." Waved him off.
Yeah.
Straight up waved the man off. They bench Rajon Rondo. Like, just straight bench him. Why are you going to bring him in? Just release him.
Maybe you learned something, you know?
Who, Rondo?
Yeah.
Rondo could care less.
He does care because he took up for his teammates. He wasn't trying to be.
Rajon Rondo wants out of Chicago.
Of course. I would want out of Chicago. Everybody would want out of Chicago.
Absolutely. And that's the
D-Wade wants out of Chicago.
With the situation that they handle in this is ruining any future free agents.
Yeah,
as long as that front office is still intact and that soft-ass head coach we have,
and
it's ruining the Bulls.
And it could be Jimmy Butler as well. I mean, this is
Very
like
well
the second point guard he can't get along with.
Leadership. We had a leader of the Chicago Bulls, but he now coaches the damn Minnesota Timberwolves.
I mean, you kind of look like you dodged the bullet on that one, too.
Well, no. Tibbs doesn't have the team he needs in Minnesota. They have talent, but they're not a Thibodeau type team.
Nah, you right. I give him a
Tibbs
pass.
never played rookies.